All right, guys, welcome back. We're gonna be starting a new series here. Probably won't be any actual gameplay in this. This is more kind of an introductory one. So, if you're less interested in listening to me babble about how a game is going to be played, skip to the next instance in the series, where we'll actually be playing the game. But anyway, so this game is called Kingdom of Loathing. It is a text-based game that is full of satire. Uh, Dark humor, edgy humor, um, basically any and all humor, and it cares 0% about taking itself seriously. Um, so it came out more than 20 years ago, and I can remember playing it as a teenager, you know, and it was a great experience, seeing this kind of humor just there and nobody have any issues. But so we won't be using the account that I made years ago when I was a teen. It still exists, but it's got a lot of special features, and we're kind of doing more of a playthrough from a new playthrough essentially, without any benefits or anything, and free to play because I did pay money on that account because that's possible for this. But anyway, so in addition to the Kingdom of Loathing main game. The other things we're going to be using specifically is the KOL wiki, which is called the Cold Front, because this game came out over 20 years ago. There's a lot of content that both is available and isn't available anymore. Um, and keeping track of it is sometimes an issue. Also, it takes a lot less time for us to find our way through things when we can look up how to find our way through them. So, and I mean, let's just read the beginning thing here. Kingdom of Loathing is a humorous, satirical, and most importantly, free. That's really nice. Um, MMORPG created by Asymmetric Publications. Um, and it was made January 31st, 2003. So this is 22 years old, almost as a joke. It is notable for the use of simple stick figure graphics. Lovely, love it. Uh, Surreal gameplay. Don't know how surreal. And slogan, "An adventurer is you." Um, so the best part about this is this line right here: KOL is and always will be free to play, but donations are appreciated and will be rewarded. That's so you would donate like $10 and you get what was called a Mr. A, which could be turned into on a monthly basis or held on to for certain special items, which would do cool things. Um, the other thing is you can play this on mobile. That's the other really cool thing. So, so our basic storyline is Kingdom of Loathing was once a pleasant place where all the citizens loathed one another equally. Makes sense. Kingdom of Loathing, and nobody caused too much trouble. Under the gentle rule of King Ralph the Ninth, is that ninth or 11th? Might be 11th. King Ralph the 11th, peace had prevailed for as long as anyone could remember. One fateful Porktober. Oh yeah, there's interesting names for all the months. Because again, why not? A sorceress came to the kingdom. A naughty sorceress. A naughty sorceress, clearly up to no good. And, even more clearly, up to plenty of bad. King Ralph sought to expel naughty sorceress from the kingdom, but she imprisoned him in a black crystalline shard of curdled magic. It was very dramatic. You can already see this humor and satire. Monsters emerged from their hidey holes, terrorize the citizens of Loathing, and larger monsters emerged from their larger hidey holes, terrorize those monsters, all under the control of the naughty sorceress. In the king's absence, the Council of Loathing convened to attempt to impose order on the kingdom. Their success was limited, however, to imposing their will on adventurers who came to the kingdom seeking fame, fortune, or quality products at reasonable prices. Always important. And, as you probably guessed by now, one of those adventurers is you. So that's kind of the introduction to Kingdom of Loathing. Essentially, you're an adventurer, you know? Um, and as an adventurer, what are your classes? So, we have male, female. We can choose when we're making a character. It's awesome. And the verbiage changes in the descriptions. You know, really simple thing. So you have your Steel Clubber. He's essentially the barbarian. Steel Clubbers hail from the frigid Northlands because one character always hails from the frigid Northlands. They rely on their muscle to survive. So the three main stats for this game are Mysticality, which is what our wizardy based guys will use. You have Moxie, which is what our more charismatic characters use, and then you have Muscle, which is what our more physical people are going to use. So your Steel Clubber hits things with sticks until those things stop. This is the Barbarian class, essentially. Turtle Tamer's mystical connection with his Terrapin brother imbues him with great power. He excels at moving very slowly and winning foot races with smug satisfaction. Nice. His muscle is the key to his success and to his long lifespan. And so these guys are more like the Druid class. They have a lot of benefits to the pet characters in the game and buffing them and their fellow adventurers. So they're kind of a support Druid-esque, but they still deal damage using their muscle stat, physical stat. With his mastery of the arcane secrets of noodlecraft, the Postamancer is a force to be reckoned with. He relies on his mysticality to get ahead in the world. So, Postamancers cast powerful spells with high power their enthralled undead possibilities. So, Postamancers are necromancers. Yep. Yeah. With undead pasta minions. I mean, that sounds adorable. Like, really, it does. Sorcerer, long engaged in uneasy truth with the Postamancers. The Guild of Sorcerers, almost sounds like sorcerers. Sorcerers protects the secrets of the ancient brotherhood of gravy makers. Their mysticality is their most important attribute. This is your sorcerer wizard glass cannon. Um, and they also have the ability to make protective sauce spheres around themselves. So they also have a buffing aspect. So generally, three of the classes are more combat forward or less beneficial to you or other players. I'll get into that in a little bit. And then three of them have more applicable skills for helping you and or other adventurers, who may be going with you. Disco Bandit boogies to and fro, hither and yon. Whence he comes, no man knows. Whither or strikes he nest, all men live in fear of him and his moxie. This is the rogue. Like, just be stealing everything. That's the play style. Be stealing everything. And dancing to avoid getting hit. So, uh, then we also have our accordion thief, the scourge of mariachis and polka bands. The accordion thieves have plied their malign craft since time out of mind. That's a weird phrasing. Their moxie serves them well in both their adventures and their interactions with the ladies. This is the bard. And so they play helpful songs for their adventures. Generally, amongst the group that I used to run, the favorites were Disco Bandit, Sorcerer, and I like playing as the Steel Clubber because it's very simple. Smack things. That's their whole play style. It's really nice. So anyway, yeah. So that's the six classes. Male, female, doesn't matter. You can choose whichever one you want. And then you think of a name. So like, not dead yet. The name is taken. Let's try this. Aha! Still not dead yet. Okay, so we will be still not dead yet for this playthrough, and we're starting off as a Steel Clubber. So play. Aha! We don't have to enter anything else. So, Um, Basic kind of stats of the way the game works. So you have your HP and your MP. Your HP is decided by your muscle, and your MP is decided by your moxie or mysticality. Not 100% sure. I think it's mysticality. Yeah, I think so. Anyway, so you use adventurers to go places. You get 40 each day, and there are some stat items that change that, adding, 1, 2, 7, 9, 15. Just depends on what you do, right? And so the currency in the game is meat, which makes a lot more sense. You kill a mob, you get meat. Makes a whole lot more sense than gold coins. So that's kind of important. Is there anything else? So we can look at our character sheet. So the account created tells you what you created, turns played, days played. Um, so that's kind of how you keep count of how long your account takes to get through a run. And there's there's a leaderboard of like, hey, I finished a run in 2 days. That's not going to happen with us because we don't have the equipment. People who are completing runs in 2 days, which is a large group of people that still play, because like I said, we can see the player count. It's not huge, but maybe that'll change because this is fun. Anyway, hey, in order to make sure you don't lose your progress, you can log in on other devices. You should set a password for your account. I will do that off screen because you guys do not need to see my password. 100%. Okay, so we have to go visit the tutorial on Mount Noob in the Big Mountains. So this is where we're gonna start the actual playthrough. I'm gonna go over a couple other things. So in addition to the KO Mafia, I don't what are you? Anyway, in addition to the KOL Mafia, which has tons of helpful things, um, you know, it has all of these helpful links, references. Um, there's one other thing that a lot of people use. I won't be using it in the beginning because there's no point. Um, because there's nothing to really automate for me. But a lot of people use a program called KOL Mafia, and it's a separate program, and it's a desktop tool which interfaces with Kingdom of Loathing. It is largely run by members of the community. Like they've been working on it for years. I mean, you can notice that these are the various pieces of code that they've inputted to it. So it's an open source one. You can either get it here on GitHub or just type in KOL Mafia to Google and it should have a way for you to get it. And I don't remember which version is the best. I mean, most of the people running it are running it in Java. We can see down here, rather than JavaScript or anything like that. So, but what it does is it helps a lot with inventory management, telling you what you can craft, what you can, um, automating your turn count for your background. So it's kind of useful for when you get into KOL or when you have a lot of stuff and you just want it to run in the background, you know? Um, and that seems like it's like, well, it's a game. You should play the game. But you know, there comes a point when you've done 100 ascensions, which when we get to that point, we'll explain what an ascension does. We're not at that point yet. Um, Definitely not at that point yet. And where the minutia of going through the regular quests is that it's the minutia. And so you're going for that after core, where you've done everything. There are zones that are unlocked after you defeat the naughty sorceress, right? They're not. You don't have to ascend immediately after defeating the naughty sorceress. So a lot of people, when they're doing runs and they're like, I want to do things after I defeat the naughty sorceress. That's also where kind of the helpfulness of KL Mafia is that it can. I know there's a script called Auto Ascend, which is basically it does most of the running of the 13 level quests for you so that you can then, enjoy playing in the after part, taking place in things like clans, um, which we'll probably have to find a clan to join. Because there's cool loot and things you can get access to from just a clan. So, yeah, that's kind of the briefest overview of this game. It's a disclaim, and we haven't done anything yet that's going to really get me in trouble with the YouTube overlords. But this is the disclaimer for this game. This game, disclaimer, people who want to play this game has satire, humor in all its forms, and does not take itself seriously. If your goal is to take this game seriously and to treat it with the standards of today, this game is not for you. This game is about the time it was made, 22 years ago. The humor is from that era. It doesn't care, which is great because I kind of miss that in the world today. It is so nice to have just something that doesn't have that same feel to it. Anyway, so if you're fine with humor and satire and generally having a game make a fool of itself as you go around playing, this might be the game for you. It's fun. It doesn't take that long to play every day. Um, and as we'll see as we progress, there are some funny things that happen. Um, and the writing, the writing is pretty good. I'll be honest. So, yeah, you know, next episode we'll start with me actually playing the game. But I just wanted this to be kind of an introduction one. Kind of familiarize yourself with the three tools we'll be using, which is the game itself, KOL, Cold Front, the wiki, and probably somewhere down the line we'll get Mafia. Not super needed right now, but it does do a lot to uh, take the backload off of automating some things. So, uh, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know it was kind of boring. A lot of me just reading stuff, but this is a text-based game. A lot of it will be me just reading stuff. So, yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a good day. Bye.